Hello, I am Brandon Funkhauser with Sloan Implement, and today I'm going to go over the field list button and how to merge and unmerge a field on the map page here in the My John Deere Operations Center. So we're going to start off by going over here on the left-hand side and going to this little button here that looks like a field. Click it, and this is your field list. So there's a few different things on this here that I'm going to show you. So first off, here's all your field names. All the ones you've created or uploaded into the account. You can search them by scrolling up and down. You can also switch it so it goes from one way of searching it to from the bottom of the list to the top of the list. You can also go up here and then just type in the field you're looking for. So say I'm looking for field 100 and only field 100. I can just type in 100 and there it is. It just brings up only that field. If I take it back, all my field list is back. So there's also, if you notice, some of the fields here have little pictures on them, some don't. What that is the fields with pictures. That means they have a boundary created for it. And the ones that don't, you can add boundaries to if you choose. It just means that those fields are going to show up here on the screen with a picture by it, and the other ones will not. We will go over how to add boundaries on another video later on. So you have this plus symbol up here. You choose it, and it'll take you to the land page where you can actually add fields to this list. So it'll walk you through step by step, and then when you're done with it and hit save, that field will now be added to the list. Once again, we'll go over that on another video. So you have this little choice button here. So if you click it, now you can select individual fields here and put a check mark on them. Once you've chosen a few fields here, or one field, you'll see these buttons pop up. So I can choose multiple fields or I can choose just one field. So for now, I'm just going to do one field. If I wanted to say that, hey, I'm not going to farm this field this year or for the next few years, I want to archive it, you could go up here to this button and that will archive the field. Now when you archive the field, you didn't delete it. You actually dumped it off to be archived. It's kind of still here in the My John Deere Operations Center, and you can bring it back at a later point. Once it is archived, then you have a choice at that point where you can fully delete it if you want to. But we don't want to archive this field right now, so we're not going to do that. This button here is how you can actually take the information from that field and send it to an insurance agent that might be attached to your operations center. And then you have another button here. This is an export button. So if you click it, it will actually give you the option now to choose how you'd like to export some data and information from that field. So you can choose what kind of file you're going to put it at. Do we want to do boundaries? As well as, do we want to do individual files for each field? Or do we just want to make one big file for all the fields that we choose? There would be other things down here that you can actually choose. Are we going to send out the tillage information or harvest information? You can pick and choose how you want the file to be created. You hit next, and it'll give you another few more questions, and it'll send it to the files page of the Operations Center. So that's how you can export the data from one entire field off to somebody. And from the files page, you'll be able to upload it to USB. So for the most part, that's your fields list. Now let's say you want to merge a field and or unmerge a field. So we're going to choose these two fields here on the list. I'm going to go and I can either click the picture or I can find the field on here and choose it that way. Either way works. So if I go on here to Interview Rule, it'll pop it up and there'll be a button here with an eye. If you click that button, it will take you to an option to click Merge. So I'm going to go and click on Merge, and now it gives me of all the fields that are capable to merge into this field. Now when merging, one thing to remember is the field that we started with, which was Interview, is going to be my master field name. So whatever field I pick next, so if I pick this 80 field here, that's actually this 80 field will actually disappear off the list. All the data will disappear from that name and actually be dumped into the Interview field. So Interview will now be the master field. So all your field data, all your AB lines and boundaries will merge on over. So you won't lose anything, it's just going to merge it into this primary name that we chose. So I chose merge down here at the bottom, and it says merge process started. So once that's started, it could take a little bit of time to get all the data over, and you can see already it's removed that field from this list, and we don't even see the boundary here. So the picture of the field is gone also. We could actually now go to the land icon or button in the Operations Center, and we could go there and actually see the boundaries for both of these fields and all the AB lines that were in both fields all there. From that point, you could then archive some boundaries and create a new boundary for this one big field that we made as a big whole field now. So let's say that we did that for a few years, and now a few years later you want to unmerge that, and you're going to farm them as separate fields again. So if you choose that master field again, click on the I for details, now go to unmerge on the left-hand side, you'll see that field information that we merged and when we merged it. So now I can choose it, go to the bottom here, and click on unmerge. And now it's already starting to unmerge all that information again. And instantly, we already have a boundary here, so it's already recognizing that we have another field. And you can see it came right back on our list again. So in a little bit of time now, all the AB lines, all the boundary, and all your data from this field will now be separated back from that end of rural field and back to the field that we originally had it in. So that's how you merge and unmerge fields. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.